Welcome to Underground Sports Talk. I'm Alex.
I'm Jordan.
And I'm Zach.
Today, there's Zach. Zach himself is sideways, and he is he's a bird watching enthusiast. He watches birds. So, and also he's a two-time trademark fantasy football league champ.
That's right. That's right. Thank you very much.
This year, I don't know what happened. My team just kind of 100% let me down.
Yeah.
How
are you like?
Now
you win like 13 straight games and then just fumbled the bag at the end of first game of the playoffs?
Yeah, I thought you went undefeated until the playoffs, and then immediately you had the first round bye, and then we got into the second round, and I think I beat you by at least 90 points.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, I didn't have my quarterback. Zach.
I'd rather not make the playoffs. At least I get
So the best thing that I could have ever asked for happened. Jackson Dart only put up like 0.9 of a point. And I got a chance because Love went out. And then he doesn't even score a full point, and he played most of the game, right? Didn't Jackson Dart play most of that game, if not all of it?
Yeah, I remember specifically texting you like just the eyes emoji when Love went out for the entire game, because I'm like, this is going to be easy. And Dart goes up and does not complete a pass until like 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second quarter. I could not believe my eyes. I think he had like 15 total yards and an interception in that game. And I'm like, well, I deserve to lose that. Still won by 40. Didn't matter.
That was a wild.
Yeah, that was so crazy because quarterback is kind of where I was weak at anyway, because Love didn't put up the best numbers throughout the year for fantasy. And then next thing you know, everybody else just wets the bed and your team goes off. But hey, it is what it is. That's why they call it gambling. So yeah.
It's not gambling for Zach.
It's not gambling for me. Just for the viewers at home. I was in the league 2 years ago when I worked with these guys. They didn't invite me back the next year. And then this year, the night before the draft, they call me begging me to play. And I'm like, all right, I'll play. And then look what happens. I won without even breaking a sweat. So glad to be back anytime, guys.
Hey, it's all about the entertainment,
That's right.
Make sure it's entertaining. So that's why we begged. Well, hey, with that being said, like I said, Zach is a bird watching enthusiast, aka means he's a Philadelphia Eagles fan. Nice hat. I mean, I like the color. The color is fine. The Eagles have been kind of on my bad list. They've been on my bad side recently. You got the playoff game where you guys beat us. We started off horrible. I think the very first play was a kick return fumble recovered by the Eagles. And then this last game, it was like 13-10. You guys win. Whole game was boring. It felt like we could have won it if we just made something happen, but you guys made 3 more points happen than us. I don't know, man. How have you been feeling about your Eagles from your perspective? I've seen there's been a lot of coaching changes recently. So I'm sure you're probably pissed that Siriani wasn't fired. I mean, what is that with you guys? You always trying to get Siriani fired in the middle of the season. 3 games in, like, fire that motherfucker.
Yeah, it's a weird dynamic. And first of all, I want to point out we also beat you guys in Brazil last year. So 3 times really the last 3 times we beat you.
That was without Love. Just want to.
Love missed those second to last snap, but all right.
He would have hit that Hail Mary.
Would have changed everything. No, being an Eagles fan is weird because a lot of people say the perfect Eagles game is like we win, but it's ugly, so we have something to complain about. I'll tell you this now. I don't like Sirianni, and I don't want him as my coach. I think that we could just be a coachless team and just kind of like call plays on the fly and figure it out, and I think we'd be just as good. He's kind of in the best situation in the league. And it looks all right when you're winning, but even then he's just kind of obnoxious. So I don't love Sirianni, but he's not even the worst culprit on the team. The offensive coordinator, Kevin Patullo, was an internal hire. This guy, and I have actual stats to prove this, the Eagles ran hitch routes for their wide receivers, just 8 yards turnaround over 25% of the time, which is the highest since that stat's been tracked. Just nothing routes. He's such a useless coordinator. They run the lowest percentage of crossers in the league by a wide margin. He just does not know what to do with these talented offensive players. And fired's not enough. I need him shot.
I mean,
Well,
he has to be
Hey,
dead.
but maybe in the playoffs he'll run like a fake hitch into a go and get a couple tutties that way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Switch
probably
up a little bit.
from the goal line or something, I bet. Just
There we go.
every play calling sequence is just Saquon up the middle, no gain. Saquon up the middle, no gain. Deep ball, incomplete punt. Highest 3-and-out rate in the league the Eagles have with Saquon Barkley, AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
He simply could not do worse if he tried.
Honestly, the games the Packer game I watched, Packers and Eagles, I wasn't impressed, especially again with all the talent that you guys have over there. 2 dominant receivers, obviously that asshole in the backfield and the other asshole behind the other guy. But yeah, no, I wasn't really impressed with the offense. I thought it was gonna be tougher. I mean, we were more dominant as a defense at that point too, but it seemed like in that game both our offenses were kind of just dicking around in that game.
Yeah, I believe you still had Micah in that game, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
We
And
did.
that was just a frustrating game altogether. That usually after a game and the whole week after, I'll listen to every single podcast available. I'll watch the highlights 4 or 5 times. A win like that, what highlights are there? I think we ran it in from like the 2-yard line, and that was about it. And it's not enjoyable football, but at least we won it.
Yeah, and that's kind of the Eagles' way. You won ugly, and like you just said, you find a way to win, but you win ugly. Yeah, it just comes down to that last second thing. Like, okay, we'll make a play at the end, whatever. And I was worried about Saquon in that game, but he wasn't really a factor. Our run defense has been pretty good, but not just that. Like Saquon's kind of been struggling all year. No, reverse jumping over defensive backs or anything like that.
No, the league outlawed that after it happened. You're only allowed to do that once. Yeah. No, I'm kidding. The thing about Saquon is you look at his stats just by himself, and he's down like a full yard per attempt, or even more. I think it went from 5.8 last year to 4.1 this year. But I think almost more of that has to do with the offensive line just kind of regressing as a whole. We lost our starting right guard, who's probably Pro Bowl level. Our right tackle, Lane Johnson's been hurt for most of the year. Cam Jurgens, the center, got elected to the Pro Bowl, graded as the worst center in football. So there's a disconnect there. And then our left guard's been hurt. So just kind of regression all over, and kind of just goes to show you can have the most talented running back in the league, or one of, and if you don't got a line, I mean, just doesn't help.
Yeah.
For example, Ashton Genty with the Raiders, he got like 1,000, I want to say 1,100 yards rushing this year, and like 1,300 yards after contact, just making something out of absolutely nothing. And so I think that has more to do with Saquon's struggles, but he also had a lot of touches last year, so it could be catching up with him.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, in that game, 22 attempts for 60 yards, 2.7 in that Packer game. So
Yeah, if only we could hold Derrick Henry to something like that. I feel like Saquon's a better receiver too, or running back too. And then I don't know, D line is just down to the nubs at that point, and it was just not good. That was horrible. I'm sure you heard about that game there. But I think you guys beat us, and I think the next week you lost to the Bears on Black Friday, and then ever since then the Bears were just supposedly the best thing since sliced bread. I don't know.
Yeah, they're
you
looking
got
like a real team.
Yeah, they look good. They look good. They got some fire. They got some fire in their gut. As that other. Have you guys seen that video of that? Who's the
Jonathan Gannon. Yeah, got fired 2 days ago.
Yeah, the Cardinals coach. Before the season, I seen the video before the season started, and then they just now were playing it because he got fired. He's just like, "Hey, how many people drove here?" I was like, "Hey, did you have that fire in your gut?" Like, what?
You take the bus. You take the bus.
Oh yeah, who took the bus? Like,
He's also like his first day. He walked up to Rondell Moore when he was meeting the players, and he was like, "Pew pew pew, explosives!" Like right to his face, and he had no idea what to say to that.
the most
Just an odd guy. And to think he was our defensive coordinator the year the Eagles went to the Super Bowl in 22. And he was in talks with the Cardinals in the week leading up to it, so much so that they got hit with tampering and had to give the Eagles an unfair trade to get basically an extra third-round pick. So he slacked off on game planning, which we gave up 38 points in that game, to go to the Cardinals, and now they fired him after 3 years. And the lowest winning percentage of a coach that's been at a place 3 years in NFL history. So it didn't work out.
They do all that for that. I wonder how that interview went. He must have had a pretty good interview. I'm getting ready to.
I don't know.
Look, I just saw. Since Jordan hasn't seen it, I think this will be a good time to, good first time for him to see that.
He looks like Murr from Impractical Jokers. If you guys have ever seen that.
Yeah. Who drove over here? Let me see your hands. Who took the bus? Did you have fire in your gut? Did you? We're here for a reason. Don't get that twisted. Okay, we're here for a reason to win games. So if you didn't have that fire in your gut, you better light the fire pretty fast. Okay? So everyone's on time. Everyone's got fire in their gut.
You're right.
It looks like a shoulder. Fire in your gut.
I'm ready to go.
Right.
I could run through a
Here's
brick
an
wall
after.
right now.
And once again, here's a before.
You got that fire in your gut. He wasn't even like aggressive or anything about it. He was like whispered it. You got that fire in your gut.
No, it's like
maybe
he got,
you yelled it.
like an episode of The Office, the way they're like shooting the camera around to get players' reactions. Like I just wanted one guy to look at the camera like,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like this guy's someone just writing in their notebook. I have no idea what he's writing. He's probably like fire in my gut. Make sure I eat Taco Bell on my way here on the bus.
what NFL player took the bus to the practice?
I don't know. I couldn't imagine anyone taking the bus.
And what did that have to do with anything? He didn't tie that back into anything else. Now that I think of it,
Fire. Your gut will be on fire if you were on the bus. So
you're on the bus. Yes. Oh man. So the Eagles, they have
okay.
a game coming up right now.
I want to ask him a question first.
Oh, go ahead.
Yes.
So going into last week, as a Eagles fan, how bad did you guys really want the 2 seed, or did you really care? Whether again the 2 or the 3.
So I really, the Eagles' philosophy has always kind of been like get as much rest when you can. So I think the difference between a 2 seed and a 3 seed's not huge, I guess. I mean, yeah, you have to go to Chicago in the winter, but I mean, Philadelphia is kind of a cold town anyway, so not a huge advantage, I don't think. But I just think they value health more than anything else. If you think about it, the main core, the guys that have been on the team the last 3 years, have basically played an extra 8 games throughout the last 3 years, going to the Super Bowl twice, and then one and done in the playoffs that middle year. But I think it just starts to weigh on you, and I think he'd say, like, look, if I can guarantee all my guys are healthy for the game, we'll deal with having to go to Chicago if that's a scenario when we get there. So there's a couple different schools of thought about it, but I tend to kind of lean that way too, because you see the teams that end up winning at the end. It's a lot of times the teams that are healthier.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I was wondering more matchup wise, would you guys are you looking at would you
Oh, matchup wise, yeah, I'd rather play the Packers.
Yeah.
I mean, their defense since losing Micah, and even when they had him, wasn't crazy. But now without Micah, it doesn't really have teeth. I don't think Gary's putting the fear of God in anybody.
in Packers
And the secondary is not anything special. So, by the way,
Got Trayvon Diggs now.
Is Jordan Love? Oh, jeez, yeah, I saw
Yeah. Looking great.
Trayvon Diggs. That's right. Yeah, I would have
watch
rather
what you're
played the
saying.
Packers. I would have rather played the Packers. So I would have at least played the starters for like a half, but they didn't play anybody in that game, and they still should have won. But they gave Josh Johnson his second career win in 16 years, so good for him.
Yeah, I heard that Josh Johnson's like an NFL whore. He's been around town.
Oh yeah.
So we're pretty similar, I guess. We're one of the two teams who are in the playoffs who decided to rest our starters in Week 18. And I mean, there's a lot of people like talking crap about that, like Ben Johnson himself. Like, oh, we play football. Well, you lost with your starters. You know, I was happy. I feel like this was a perfect time. Like we just needed a reset. There's nothing to say about going and beat the Vikings, who aren't even in the playoffs. I think that was kind of the best move. I felt better. We had some guys who can help get them some experience playing out there, which was pretty cool too. It was definitely like the preseason to the postseason, like 100%.
Yeah. And Galaxy Brain take here, you let your division rival team win a game, that hurts their draft position. So really, you're just making their next season, you're setting it up worse for the long term.
That was the plan all along since the beginning of the season.
They fell right into the trap.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, wasn't yours a division? Who did you guys play?
It's always division. The last week we played the Commanders.
Oh, Commanders.
Brought them
Okay.
down to 7th, I believe.
That'll teach them.
So, with that being said, you right to the right of your head there's a game with the
You know what? This isn't even right. I don't have the
No.
right one now that I'm looking at
It's
it.
49ers and Eagles.
Yeah, I don't know how
I
I got that wrong, or how the thing got that wrong. Hold on.
Must have been Galaxy Brain.
I'm already
It was
thinking
a
about
thing.
next week.
Yeah.
All right, let me see here. I'm gonna pull up my thing.
I've been
Whoa,
misleading
whoa.
the viewers this whole time. Whoa.
Yeah.
All right. So here's my little homemade thing. It's the San Francisco 49ers at the Eagles, which is pretty similar though, because some people would argue that the 49ers are way better right now, but that's just how the seeding works when it comes to winning your division.
Mhm.
I mean, you're at home. How are you feeling about this game and then having to play the 49ers?
The more I thought about it this week, the better I felt. Especially after the last game that the 49ers played. I mean, they were trying. They had a chance at the 1 seed, and they scored a total of 3 points. And I get that the Seahawks have top 3 defense in the league, but I don't know, 3 points. Eagles kind of got a similar thing. There's a couple different things that I think really bodes well for the Eagles. It's going to be a colder game. I think game time is supposed to be like 40 degrees and really windy. Brock Purdy's not a strong-armed quarterback. I found an article that said the last cold game that he played against Cleveland, he wears this battery-powered heated arm brace for that arm that he had to have surgery on. That doesn't seem good.
No.
But
Yeah.
more real-life things, I mean, the 49ers defense is terrible. I mean, they're missing all their linebackers. I believe Trent Williams and Ricky Pearsall didn't practice today. Nick Bosa is third on the team in sacks with 3, and he's played 2 games this season and then tore his ACL. So it's just not a defense that strikes any sort of fear into you. So the Eagles should be able to take care of business in a classic way of like 17-10, something like that.
Yeah.
But they're 4.5-point favorites, so that's more than just the normal 3-point bump.
Yeah. Watch them just go through, up until the championship game. Just go through and just win how the Eagles have been winning, and just ugly, and everyone's so pissed off, even Eagles fans, and
Especially Eagles fans.
Who in the I guess which team would you be the most worried about right now in the NFC?
So really, to me, I can't get there with Seattle. They have a great defense, but Sam Darnold, just his whole body of work for his career. I mean, last year, the last 2 weeks, it was kind of a similar situation. They had a win, and they get the 1 seed last year, and he shit the bed, and then he shit the bed in the playoffs the following week. I just don't trust him with the game on the line. Now, he could prove me wrong, and I could look stupid here next week or 2 weeks. But I don't fear them, so it really comes down to the Rams because they got a quarterback that's been there before, that's done that. They got, Super Bowl winning coach. They got probably the best wide receiver duo in the league right now in Puka and Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
And they got a good defense, some stars on there, but a lot of small name guys. So it's really just the Rams, and then I guess if I had to pick the Bears, just because we look so terrible against them and they can run the ball, and I don't know how much has changed since the last week we played them, so they just match up poorly against us, or really well against us, I should say. So really just kind of the Rams and the Bears.
Yeah, the only thing that's changed with the Bears, they got more healthy since the last time you guys played. So
Perfect. Love that.
I think I agree with what you're saying when it comes to the Rams, though. Like that experience in the playoffs and actually going to the Super Bowl, it goes a long way. Because it's just a whole different game once you're in there.
And that's one of the things that makes me feel better about the Bears, now that I say it, is all those guys. I mean, have any of them played in the playoffs?
No. Nobody in the entire organization.
I don't know what Ben Johnson, honestly, I don't know what Ben Johnson did before the Lions, but what did they go, 1 and done?
Yeah, they did, because they would have lost to the Commanders because they had the 1 seed.
Yeah, they did.
They lost to the Commanders. Bunch of one and done.
We'll be talking about the playoff bracket next. I guess to end off the video, what's your prediction for the 49ers at the Eagles, not the LA Rams at the Eagles, for wild card weekend?
Prediction, I think the Eagles are going to win. Like I said, it's going to be probably ugly, so like 20-17, somewhere in there. Get a defensive stop late and just kind of squeeze the clock out in classic Eagles fashion.
Oh, so you're giving them some points. I thought you were going to say like 16-13.
No, 4.5 points is – no, I said 20-17, so they cover the spread.
You did, yeah. All right.
Who do you got, Alex?
49ers at the Eagles. Well, no, not just because we have our friend Zach here. I could see the Eagles winning this too, just kind of catching the 49ers off guard. They didn't look too well against, in their last couple games here. So, especially that defense. So, yeah, give me the Eagles. 13
Hell yeah.
10.
13-10. Nice.
Barn burner.
Yeah. I'm on the same page. I feel like if it was in San Francisco or over there wherever they play, I feel like the 49ers would have won that game, but I think going in to Philadelphia, I think it's going to be a close one too, but I think it's going to be 17-10. I like that score.
What's the lowest amount of points that if you said, okay, the Eagles are going to score this amount of points, that you could like guarantee a win? Like if I said the Eagles are going to score 13 points, could you guarantee that they would win the game?
I feel like they would win that game.
That's the low. Yeah, that's what I was going to say for the lowest amount of points. Yeah, I was going to say 13 for sure.
What a team.
Hey man, they get it done. I don't know if they're really good on special teams and then they make it happen right when it needs to be happened. But hey, we're gonna find out, and I think we're gonna be right, and we're just gonna be laughing while we watch it, but at least you'll get a dub.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, that's the nice thing. I get to watch the Packers and Bears play before the Eagles play, so I can at least enjoy those games ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to watch some more teams like win and get their heart broken and other things before I have to watch my team and stress about that. But it's all right. The game before that is the Rams at the Panthers.
Beautiful segue. Truly professional.
So, hey, with that being said, this is Underground Sports Talk. As always, go Pack, go.
Go Pack, go.
Go Birds.
Hey.
You.